Hi, Emily Nielsen here for Cooking Lab 8, getting ready to make some super powered gomashio this week. I have my ingredients here with me, my good salt, which has color and texture, some organic kelp powder that I was able to get in bulk from my local health food store, and also some sesame seeds, which I was able to get in bulk as well. I have my awesome magic bullet that, despite being nearly 10 years old, can really grind. So we're going to be using that to mix it all together. And I'm going to get ready here to toast some sesame seeds at a very low heat to make sure that we continue with our raw foods theme. So we're going to make sure that the skillet doesn't get above 120 and just crisp them up just a little bit so they'll have a good texture for the salt substitute. I don't have a great way of judging how hot 120 degrees is, just besides my intuition, but I am keeping a hand on above the skillet to make sure they don't start popping or browning too bad. So I've got my sesame seeds here that were just very lightly toasted. We wanted to make sure not to heat them above 120 degrees so that they were still raw. I mostly used my touch senses to make sure that they weren't getting and my sight to make sure they weren't getting too brown or crackly. We're going to go ahead and add 2 tablespoons of the kelp powder, which is an excellent source of iodine, really can do a great job at cleansing the thyroid and detoxifying the thyroid, which we know is very important for multiple systems in the body to be functioning well. And then 1 tablespoon of the sea salt. I'm going to go ahead and grind all these guys up. Get it all nice and together. Consistency that even my kids would approve of putting on their eggs and such. So here we go. Hi, so I finished up with my superpower gomashio, and I've been trying it with several things the last few days to really get an idea of what I like it in, how I like it, what I think the flavors taste good with. So because I don't really have a recommendation or ideas of how I would change it, since I think this is kind of how it should be and how it needs to be, I wanted to let you know the ways that I used it. So my favorite way was to put a little bit in some scrambled eggs. Now we have eggs pretty often around here. We're able to get eggs from friends, with lots of people having backyard chickens. And so I made sure to put it right at the end so it wasn't getting cooked and we weren't losing any nutrients that way, so it could still be considered raw, although I did use it with a cooked food. And I loved it that way. The seaweed, kelpy kind of flavor was completely hidden by the eggs, and it actually added a lot. I didn't need to add salt or pepper or anything else to the eggs. It was really tasty. Another way that I used it was I put it in the red sauce of a vegetable, gluten-free, dairy-free lasagna that I like to make. So that was really good. Also, again, the red sauce, really strong flavor of the tomatoes, kind of masked the seaweedy flavor that's not my favorite or people in my family's favorite. And then the last way was I just tried to add it as a little bit of a salt substitute, but the flavor was pretty strong for that, and it only took a little teeny bit. So like I tried it with a hard-boiled egg, and that by itself was a little too strong. So overall, I really enjoyed it. I think that it's great. I love all of the micronutrients, the molybdenum and all those things that are in the sesame seeds, and of course the iodine and the iron and all the great things from the organic kelp powder. I think that I would use it in a lot of things. Definitely have to be a little creative because it can have a strong flavor with the kelp powder in there, and especially a smell. But I think it'd be easy to incorporate into a lot of different foods, and it's a great choice since it's so nutrient dense. Thanks.